Welcome back, everyone. My name is Eltimar, and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Disco Elysium. Where we left off last time, we were going to go to the pawn shop, I think, to see if we can find our gun. Hopefully we didn't pawn off our gun. That would be really bad. But I also wanted to stop into this building, because remember there was something in an icebox we needed to get. The only icebox I can think of is the one in this building, so we're going to take a quick peek inside and see if it is there. What do we have for tools? So I'm going to put a pry bar on just in case we need one. It is an icebox after all. We are not going to be able to do that. Okay. This orange machine is dead still. It is a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it is slowly melting. Let's turn the crank. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You never became a poet or an entrepreneur. Our pry bar is not strong enough. It's -20. We need a better pry bar, apparently. What other tools do we don't have anything else. Alright, we need to go find a better pry bar as well. Let's go see if we can also do that. Maybe the pawn shop has a better pry bar for us. I mean, it's just ice. It'll melt, won't it? I guess it is kind of winter, though. Depending how cold this place is. The sign reads, "Fuck the police." Solid. Pigs go home. The street name is illegible. Let's go to Pherrid with 3 T's.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Does Pherrid have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling in Rags? A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Pherrid does. Come on, give me something to work with here. She looks up from under her brow. Fine, Pherrid does have a warehouse, just a little back room here. Okay? She turns back to turns back to her magazine without waiting for you to respond. Oh, okay. She doesn't have anything to say. I guess we can just look. You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Pherrid slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display. We could try and steal one. What's that? Point at the raincoat. What is what? The girl leans over the counter to see what you're referring to. That's a raincoat? If you want to buy one, it's only 4 real. She taps on the glass counter. The raincoats patiently await purchase. Her attention is drawn to the raincoat. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult. Unfortunate. What is this thing? 1 bottle, 10 cents. Oh, right, we're going to sort our bottles. We made $1.30. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the same Baptiste Pharmaceuticals logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm. Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosifed, Dramamine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma. No, I don't want any of those. What's that back there? A wall of vices. A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes, too, glitter in the wrapping. It's like looking into a kind of heaven. Your knees are weak. Not right now. Gotta go before we get drawn in. No gun, though, either. A little bit unfortunate. It would have been too easy if the gun was there. Hey, there's money on the ground. 20 cents. That's a big guy. I don't know about that. What's this? Hang on. Stop for 1 sec. The lorries probably stored fuel here. Now they store booze. What's in this thing? Grad Factory of Magnets and Miracles U49. A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big heavy grad machine is well kept for such an old machine. Look in the window. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. What kind? driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. A large metal pendant hangs from the rearview mirror. The pendant features a sun crowned with wavy rays. It's the seal of a royalist-era Revachol. What about the back seat? The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. Racist nationalist paraphernalia, he grits his teeth. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy. The lieutenant nods towards the racist lorry driver. You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy? Likely yes. The guy's proud of who he is, drapes it all over his machine. He is a jerk. What's this thing? A foreign car, kept in good condition. This is a whole area we've never explored. Ooh, money. Maybe I'll be able to live tonight. Who are you, person? Pale driver. The small wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on the radio. The photograph is clutched in her hands, and there's a warm smile on her face. The photo is an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a fire's night fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your grandma?
Wait.
Oops. You snap your fingers in front of her face. Wait, the lieutenant stops you before you can snap.
She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
You say so. I'm gonna try again. Grandma? Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead. Ma'am, I got some questions for you. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her. She is gone and out. Fair enough. She is not my grandma. Also, there's a white tank top. I guess we should work on this corpse thing. We need to get in a level, though. First. Horseback monument. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing towards the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. Who is this? A silver plaque on the statue reads, I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippine kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane. As you look up, you notice there's something about the statue. There are odd indentations on the king's chest piece. Even by the standards of the Philippine kings, old, sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy? In what way? Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy during the Anticentennial Revolution, an end to his family line, and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isla. How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury? Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Arum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers like some obese dragon instead of a bed like a normal person. No. A deplorable farce. No wonder everything went to shit. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. The what now? You see, old Philip wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. So he was addicted to nose candy. A bloated druggie? That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains into the Insulindian Bay. It's a lot to process. His Majesty courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms. Okay, what is nose candy? Cocaine. Okay, where's he buried now? Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum. Happened to the statue. The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn of the century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think that the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it to even finer pieces. We restored the monument. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue was supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time. A rare butterfly trapped in amber floating on a sea of shit. That's brilliant, funny, and nihilistic. Most people in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the Squanderer, however, with his brawn face in the air, doesn't seem too concerned with what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either. What indentations? What do I see? Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet? Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting. Lieutenant, someone has shot the king. I point to the indentation. Okay, he cleans his glasses before looking up. I can't see it, but I'll take your word for it. What do you think? Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. The place saw a lot of action during the revolution, but this statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke, target practice, or a political statement? Political. It's a king and he's shot. Why not, he shrugs. What this shows is guns aren't too uncommon in here, and people still shoot them. Sometimes at kings. He takes a note in his notebook. The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings. Oh, favorite thing. Wow, you work hard, I do? Yeah, you hustle, you're a provider, it's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide. What hard work do I do exactly? Look at yourself, you're a human pedometer. You must have walked 20,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic sand, and linoleum before you or after you re-emerge. This is a sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride. Yeah, I ride a little. A little? You make money. You got gills, baby. You got those black papers with the faces of innocence on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solus. It ain't easy, but you do it day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, a sprinter, and a money printer. I guess I made some kills. Sure. Actually, sure, and I got that giant novelty check from Everett. Wasn't easy getting that giant novelty check from Everett. Took some ingenuity to get to the harbor. But you got in and you took that bribe as hard as any cop's taking it. Yeah, and he gave me that $5. He did, yes he did, and you took it. Took it and put it in your pocket. Ka-ching, baby doll. Officer Hustle riding shotgun. You made some kills, sure. Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now ask yourself, are you rich? No, I'm not. That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that? The system is broken. Boo-hoo, the system is broken. Establishment is keeping me down. That's not the fucky attitude you're used to. What is this? Why are you so poor? I don't know. Why am I so poor? Because of taxes. G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze. Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gossamer state that is Revachol? But there were no taxes. You and I both. But they got these indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise tax, extraction tax. This tax that doesn't even have a name, plus there's stuff that people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for more money from you here. The Gossamer state's a myth. In total, the coalition government is taking 98% of all your money. I don't want to be a fundamentalist. Are you sure? That seems like a pretty big number. What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples? This isn't helping me solve my money problem. It's only making me into a free market type. I opt out. What are you, racist? Don't be a racist. Be cool. Be ultra-liberal. Free market advocate. Ride or die. Keep it street. I mean, if not being an ultra-liberal makes me a racist, then I guess I should be an ultra-liberal. Because I'm not a racist. But we want to be communists, so we're going to tell them to go away. We're not taking that particular thought pattern. What is this? A bold slogan, Hominox, covers the track. We need to run over there. Oh good, we can run over the boxes and stuff. Who are you, random person? Let's talk to you.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
The man mutters himself, accenting the beats as he goes. A simple little cadence. He seems to be making up as he goes. I am the law.
You are, my man.
He nods emphatically.
Yes. People get that you are the law. You really don't have to keep saying it.
Wrong. Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
He finishes and turns to you. What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions towards the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture. The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals, and other byproducts of the modern era. You can almost taste it. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, and all around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
He glances south down the road. Limbo, huh? So that's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife. How long you been here?
Feels near forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
He snickers.
So tell me, what do you need?
Care to spare some change for working stiff? Huh? Suddenly financial duties snap him out of his daze. Oh no, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. They who? The bosses, man. I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them. Yeah, sure ain't good for me, or I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down on his luck if I say I had 4 myself. Tell me more about this strike. It's like whatever's going on over the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Going on a strike would probably help you to dodge a bullet or two. Maybe I should go on strike. Maybe you should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long, plus you can get shot. Why not? The RCM is a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. It'd be like striking against your own mother. I don't know my mother, but I go on strike against her too for my rights. Okay, the lieutenant's face betrays little reaction, but do continue. You were asking about the strike. What's the union demanding? Some pretty wild stuff, I hear, like a giant new power crane and half the company. I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. Further talk of a company rep in town, like a strike negotiator type. They know what's up, precise demands and so such. What do you think the company wants? They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. He makes a ka-ching sound. He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side, that's for sure. Anything else I should know? Anything else he thinks? Yeah, this really isn't my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. All of who? Us lorry drivers. Camionuas. A few of us around here are waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high or laid. He smiles awkwardly. Not that I blame him, really. Not you? Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing. He glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes. He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if he's trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior. Well, let's try it. What do you see in his eyes? Actually, let's talk about other things. What are you hauling anyways? Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that. Relax, he's merely joking. Wicked, I've always wanted a friend in the underworld. Ha, no, I'm joking, my man. He grins. Fallon runs a nice, clean business. This hollow cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits, that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident, although we've been making headway in the Eltimar market lately. That's your machine behind you? This rockin' beauty? He points at the lorry with the thumb. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? A motor lorry, also called a camion on Caillou and the neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of Fallon rust bucket. Maybe the A6? It's the A6? Good on, my man. Yep, she's an old one, but reliable. Gives the side of the lorry a friendly knock. Me and her spent a long time together. Could I get one of those Fallen tracksuits you're hauling? We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses wouldn't be happy. Nothing illegal then? Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. More questions. Anything about the dead body? Over there? He ain't one of us drivers, I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here, keep him busy. It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He kept his nose out of the dark stuff. Busy with what? Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the sea of motor lorries with their sad, despondent chauffeurs. And your conclusion? A sense of surprise. There aren't more bodies hanging from more trees. Alright, let's try the... What do I see in his eyes? We failed into it. Easy, don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter. Man, you look sad. What's going on with you? You really are the law, aren't you? I get that being bluntly observant and inquisitive comes with the territory, but it certainly doesn't help with your conversational skills, does it? Maybe the full-on direct approach wasn't correct. Damn, it's tricky business looking into someone's eyes and not doing it wrong. Alright, gotta go. Bye. Don't be a stranger. He grins, or he salutes with 2 fingers. Well, now where do we go? Let's go this way. We haven't been down this way, so we might as well try it out. An ancient fountain. Doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The sludge and rain has almost washed them off. Plastic wrapped macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. This says humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. Also, we are getting 10 real every one of these little orbs. This says speakers from the people of Samara. Or 0.10 real. This one says food gift for the people of Messina. Helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Whew, he's selling stolen stuff. Silang, you see a Cimmerian street vendor, surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Silang is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here.
He gives us a thumbs up. What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer. You're very cool.
He makes both hands into finger pistols and fires a few finger bullets into the air. Really think I'm cool?
Oh yeah, you got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
He surveys his consumerist kingdom with an air of satisfaction.
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
He settles back into the pile of boxes he's sitting on. Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny men act questions. Let's try and persuade him to give us some, actually, what kind of stuff you're selling here? Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfortable pants, too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom. Where'd you get the pants? I'm an entrepreneur, officer. He begins counting on his fingers. I got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board. Got a permit? Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom. Take a look around. He takes a deep breath. You glance around the decrepit buildings and miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and dust-choked air. It's beautiful, beautiful freedom. Kim, is it true? He doesn't need a permit? It is, yes. Anyone can set up the shop wherever they feel like it. That's right, no permits, no bureaucracy. That's why the city and its law officials are so cool. Wait, but what are we doing here? And if there are no permits, he looks at Kim and the insignia on his sleeve. If you want to be cynical about it, you can say we're here to protect the interests of property holders. I'm not, however. My man, officer, you make all this possible. Without you, the climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the gossamer state. Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, especially in autumn. It's safe to say it's referring to the near absence of regulations. So cool, guys. We can't protect businessmen while everyone else lives in the ruins. I can think of cooler things. Yeah, cool ruins, he agrees. I get to sell quality goods like these by cutting out the middleman. You don't have to rebuild your house. Live in a crater or in a tree. He points to a tree. Where can you do that? Only in here. You're pretty sure you can live on a tree elsewhere too, but he wouldn't believe it anyways. Is there a discount for cool officers like me? No need for discounts. It's Silang's, officer. Everything's already on sale. He nods towards the crate. Everything you want, 50% off. But did he first mark them up 100% just so he could put them on sale? Those things really on sale, or did you just jack up the price first? My man, you know how the game is played. You and me, we should work together. What do you think? Shake things up? He winks. That's all then. Let me ask you something else. The food packages you're selling here have humanitarian aid written on them. How come? You mean these delicious prepackaged shelf-stable meal kits? Real easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too. Buy some, try them out. No hassle. There's a little bit of hassle here, Piers. A moral hassle. Doesn't that beat the idea of humanitarian aid? It's supposed to be free. That's what makes a humanitarian. It is practically free. Yours for 5 cents a piece. Rock that tuna. Why not some macaroni too? I think one said not for resale in the packaging. No problem here, officer. Get this one from all my suppliers. An extremely reputable guy. Wait, Humanox. Humanitarian aid. Does your supplier drive that Humanox lorry over there? I point to the lorry with the big Humanox sign on it. What? The street vendor looks over his left shoulder and stares at the lorry as though he's never seen the lorry in his entire life. A convincing performance. Bravo. Look, officer, I'm just a retailer. You have to talk to my supplier if you got questions about the supply chain. That's how the game works. Interesting. The lieutenant whips out his blue notebook and makes a note. We'll need more if we're going to pin this one down, he thinks. Good questions, though. Sharp eyes, officer. It's for show, my liege. He knows you need more than this to bust this guy. Later, perhaps. Where are you from? Silang. Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now, all Revachol. This man probably comes from Sigai, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty. Suzerainty? Anyways, an archipelago in the Samaran Isla. You're from the Apricot Suzerainty, right? Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when Sigai Archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say that you're from, pronounced it very painstakingly, Sigai. Very cool. Silang nods, his eyebrows furrowed. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism, but the Apricot Suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left. Right, but isn't only a shithole because of Revachol? He smiles brightly. If you say so, officer. I don't worry too much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know? Whatever's good for business is good for me. Let's try and get some money out of him. Start a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember? Hey, you seem like a successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police force? Oh, okay, the man stops, his face suddenly serious. But why, officer? Think of it as an investment. An investment? He raises an eyebrow, intrigued. What kind of investment? An investment in me, a highly experimental human being. My risk-reward ratio is insane. Actually, I'm not going to confiscate this humanitarian aid that you're reselling. That you drive a hard bargain, officer. I respect that. Okay, what's it going to cost me? Be reasonable. 10 real. Sounds like a fair deal all around. He takes a 10 note from a leather pouch. The lieutenant nods calmly and says, corruption. Just like the bus or seagull. Kid watching out the window describing things going by. He doesn't like it too much, but what do you do? I need the cash monies. I guess that's pretty much going to be the end of our video. We're nearly out of time. Let's go check this garbage bin, and then we'll call it here. I also have a mad headache. I'm going to go lay down for a bit. So, like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time, and we'll continue on with our journey through Revachol, which is just a scary place, really. Take care.